my life, being a musician, my life has definitely been like, you never know what's going to happen next. And once you kind of get used to the fact that that's going to be the new norm, that kind of helps. Like, strangely, like there's a saying that my mother used to say, flexible people don't get bent out of shape, which I love and I live by. But there's another saying that I really like when you surrender, you move to the winning side. And this is a really interesting thing. Like, surrender is not necessarily a defeat. Just understand that surrendering to the acceptance of the reality is not necessarily a defeat. It gives you the option. And like the other speakers have already talked about, like, how can I take action on this? Sometimes you just have to, first of all, accept that you can. Even if you don't know what direction to go, and you just have to accept that you can. Once your brain calms down a bit and you take care of those chemicals and you give them a chance to, like, not be hijacking you all the time, then you can do things like what Tatiana was saying as well as Teresa. You can make a list of what are my skills, talents, and abilities, and not necessarily think, what do I have to do with them yet? Just list out who you are, because you're a somebody. You've lived this far and you haven't, your butt hasn't fallen off. So you've got something going for you that you might not be able to see yet. So just keep calm and carry on in that respect. But these are small actions. They don't look like big actions, but just care for that nervous system. Write down a list of, like, who am I? What have I done? And you'll start being so impressed by yourself. You'll go, look at all these things that I am and have done. And then you can start, like, asking people, hey, if you knew somebody that had all this going on, what do you think they would do with their lives? And a million people will have a million different answers if you're stuck of what to think about. But just sit in loving that part of who you've been, so you know who you are moving forward.